If we were to put hierarchy. That's where I would be. No one remembers what you
Right, we're live.
All right, let's go. I'm going to share the thing.
Yeah.
You're lucky we're live now. We don't want to continue this conversation. You can go as deep as you want. Do the efforts if you want to.
I noticed last time we didn't tell people to share the live at the beginning, but I'm not sure if we shared the live. So
I will share from now.
In this juncture, everyone should be sharing the live. Notice Buddy ain't got his phone out.
Buddy don't share the live.
Tongo got a privacy screen. I think I still can't see it.
Tongo does always share the live.
He
shares it with me. Share the live.
I'll share after I kick off the.
I've sent I've sent a good little quick message for us to post that if you don't want.
My thing. So that's in the group. I was just thinking we've got the MT podcast WhatsApp group. I think we need to think about that in regards to. I think there's a lot of people in international territories that are on TikTok and all of that kind of junk, blah, 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 that want to get involved. But we might have to create a separate group so we don't mix the people that are in there now with the internationals, if that makes sense, or other people. Maybe we take that offline and discuss it.
The only thing I'm a bit wary of, you start to get them messages of, oh, there's a so-and-so time, and you're getting them try hack your WhatsApp.
Hack your thing.
That's the only thing I'm wary of. That's the only thing I'm wary of.
Yes.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah.
They fool people and tell them
they got a Zoom meeting and all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
send you a code.
Can you just tell me what the code is?
Yeah.
That's the code that you're.
That's your WhatsApp code.
To when you want to reset your WhatsApp.
Yeah, but wouldn't we have to do that?
No. They pretend that they got your number and then they put the code in.
All right, it sounds too complicated. Safe, Tongo bud. Right. All right. What are we doing? Are we starting with me?
We're starting with you,
We
my brother.
always
We're
range Roundup first.
Before we even start with you.
No.
So I saw this video clip on Instagram. I'm getting good at Instagram now.
Disclaimer.
Shout goes out to Buddy and Reem because for years didn't know Wagwan. This clip, this woman said the average. Can someone fact check this as well? Someone on their phone.
Yep.
The average vaginal canal.
Whoa.
Wait.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Wait. The average vaginal canal is 4 inches long.
4 inches.
The average vaginal canal.
It's 4 inches long.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
So, when a woman says she wants a man with 38.4 inches, where is the rest
Squared.
of the woody wood going?
Stomach.
Yeah.
Stomach.
So the
In the
average,
stomach.
to clarify, the average vaginal canal is 2.4 to 3 inches. However, the length
They must have spoken to the.
Can vary.
They must have spoken to the hoes.
Can vary from person to person and can change during sexual arousal or childbirth.
So that's the answer. Well, I don't know the answer. I don't know what your question is, but it can change, can't it?
I mean, you're asking me a question I cannot answer. I can only go by the facts presented by Wiley Cat DJ.
So go on. Your question was.
No, so this is the the average vaginal canal.
Yep.
So men who think they cannot satisfy a woman, as long as you can satisfy the, what did you say, Wiley?
2.4 inches.
to 3 inches, will that make a woman happy?
Oh, dearie me.
Wow. You can only ask the women then.
Yeah, I mean, this is the MT podcast.
Sometimes you just have to ask the difficult questions, you know?
Yeah. Why do we want to know?
Because I think it's one of those kind of grey areas that men never really understand.
Right. Okay. So it's for the. Okay. That's a good question. We'll put it out there.
Are you going to answer it, right?
Well, to be fair, if you go on our MT podcast videos, you'll see there's an episode called "Does Size Matter?" So it fits right into that.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Wiley Cat DJ.
Pluggers. I like the plug. Wiley's the original plug man, you know.
Pause.
I'm going to call him
Digitally Theo says women are never happy.
You said that?
Digitally Theo says women are never happy.
He said that.
That's a very, very broad statement, you know.
Yeah.
Very broad statement.
Shout goes out to Digital Theo still.
Do you want to kind of give out any more things to him? Digital Theo. His email is.
I'm not going
get
to
him.
do anything to make him get any comments to him. That's just what he said. Do you agree or not agree?
Rain, get us to the roundup.
Oh, hold
okay.
on. He says.
Wait.
He says more. Could be Mandingo giving it to her. She'll still find something to complain about.
Bombo
I come like he's got bare complaints, kind of.
That sounds like he's got a lot to say. A lot to say.
Shout goes out to Digital Theo still.
Right. Okay. So moving on. So a quick roundup.
You gotta have like a thunderstorm when you come in or something, bruv.
Well, there is a storm happening
you know.
tomorrow. Did you know that?
See it there?
Apparently, there's snow in Jamaica.
There is.
Apparently.
There is.
Don't look at me mad.
No,
I
there
got
is.
sent pictures and all the videos and them thing there.
There is.
In Portmore, apparently.
All right. I'm not there, so I don't know. But snow in a tropical country. But again, I don't know. Who knows? You know, project. What is it?
Snow.
Project. Yeah. I'm like that, but.
I was like that as
the
well.
thing is, someone showed me a video of it yesterday.
Volcano ash or something.
I was about to say.
It
you know,
wasn't
it's volcano
volcano,
ash.
it was
far from
Jamaica. It
Jamaica,
was in Jamaica. I saw that I was shown. It was shown in Jamaica. So
Okay, can someone look? We've all got phones.
Yes,
and
yes. I mean,
Yeah.
man's on his phone, not on the podcast. So, you know what I mean?
I'm sharing the live.
All right, could you just
Are you?
do what are you reporting the show?
Are you lot?
Continue,
Is it
continue.
snowing
I'm
in
going to
Jamaica?
continue. I'm going to continue. So, range roundup. So, this week, Monday marked Blue Monday. Does anyone know what Blue Monday is?
The saddest day of the year
Apparently, it's the saddest day of the year. Does anyone
Statistically.
know? Statistically, does anyone know why?
because
Apparently.
it's the week before payday after Christmas. So this is when you are
The most broke.
the most broke.
Basically, yeah.
But also, apparently, this is when everyone starts to give up their New Year's resolutions that they made.
Oh, right. That's a good
Oh,
point.
nice.
Okay. Did anyone suffer from Blue Monday?
Nope.
Certain might suffer from blue balls Monday.
Wait, where is this podcast
Not,
going?
yeah, but not
On one today, innit?
We're on the
On
wrong day
one
and
today.
time.
ready.
On one today.
don't need another drink, bro. You're all right.
Do you know anyone who suffered from Blue Monday though?
Well,
I was gonna say if you know anyone.
you know what
Just
it is?
another
a vibe,
manic
guy.
Monday.
Everyone, like, okay, you have to go via what people post on their WhatsApp statuses, Instagram, and that. Everyone's rich and a millionaire from what I see. No one's until you see the ones. You get some people that are depressed. Everyone's got them on their WhatsApp.
One second. Let's just investigate that.
Go on then.
Do you know when you look on WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
You see certain people, you know, you go on the statuses
Yeah.
and you got, I don't know, depending on your friend group, you just got pure statuses going on. And a couple people have got some like religious messages.
Yeah, spiritual.
Some people got some uplifting messages.
Motivational, yeah.
You got certain people promoting this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then you know you got the sad sack, like the depressives. And everything.
Not again.
Again. Please don't call me slow replies. I wasn't going to call you anyway.
Why me? No, we shouldn't laugh though, because them people are going through
Not
something.
today, Satan.
But that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
But on them, they have 48 status updates.
Yeah.
And I'm just there
Trying to get to the end.
not disturbing their world because
What?
they've got enough aggravation going on. Do you get what I mean?
Do you, if they got 48 updates, do you go through all of them?
I just tap them out. Do.
I don't. For
One second. So do you clear your statuses? Does anyone else clear their statuses?
If I see one thing I don't like on your status, any of you lot, if I see one thing I don't like, I'm done.
Just
Just done.
cancel out.
Yeah, just done.
No.
I don't
I
think
think
that's
I think
like
people,
updates to look, clear all of them. It's crazy.
I think a lot of people do it just for attention seeking. So you'll hear, oh, I just had to rush to the hospital, and everyone's, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And they don't answer
they say nothing.
for hours on end
Are you
just
dead?
to get attention. Yeah, I'm not.
you don't pay too much
I'm not all that,
But
mate.
that's what. Yeah, but I think it's that as well. But I think social media has turned people into the attention seekers, though, innit? Like you want the validation. When you put up your post and it doesn't get the amount of likes you want or whatever it may be, you turn to something else and then you go for the emotional thing. Oh yeah, I'm in hospital. Or I've seen people post up. I've seen people post up pictures or statuses with either the drip or something, just something which is hospital-like, wanting the conversation. I'm like, yeah, I haven't got time for that. I'm just block and delete that person. Well, not block and delete, but you know what I mean? I ain't got time for it.
It's too much.
I think, yeah, it's way too much.
Like I take this many tablets today.
So
That's me,
vicious
boy.
today, aren't you?
That's me, boy. Can't lie.
Moving
But I don't
swiftly
tell
on.
everyone.
So
But I don't tell everyone. But
Moving swiftly on.
that's me.
I'm going to start here. it's a political one, but it's international. Donald Trump was sworn into the Oval Office and all that. He had his inauguration. What he did, he did lots of stuff in his first
day.
Wait, the first blood. We mean first day
Like
in the hour.
in the hour.
I'm president. Right. This is what I'm doing.
But he said, "I will do more in my first hour than Biden's done in the last year." I think was his statement.
He did a whole heap of lot of stuff. A lot of it is stuff that doesn't necessarily interest us from the UK. But there's two things that spark my interest. So the first thing is that you see the man that was writing
The pardon thing.
1,500.
All of them safe. You are blessed. Mash up the thing.
writing.
Don't worry about it.
Every single one of them.
Wow.
That was what?
Every single one of them.
That was right.
When they stormed the White House.
Oh, yeah.
All of them that got arrested and convicted, you lot are good.
The man that ran in, sat on Nancy Pelosi's desk and smoked a cigarette, he's blessed.
Everyone's blessed.
Everyone's out. So if you were in prison, you're out of prison. If you were facing trial, there's no more trial. He pardoned all of them.
You see what Biden did though when he pardoned his son.
Would you pardon your son?
Of course.
Yeah, but for what he did, I was like,
Would you pardon your son for what he did?
What did he do?
If he did one bag of corruption, but would you pardon your son?
Yes.
And I'm the president.
Yeah. Well, it's up to me. I can do whatever I want. And tomorrow I get sacked. See you later. You know? Them man there?
Yeah.
Come on, go.
And there's some money as well. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get it. But Donald Trump's a bit of a different one. The other thing that he did, he said, I'm only recognizing male,
Two genders.
two genders.
male and female. Off the back of that, today, you see the LGBTQ plus flag. Don't put that in no building that is my building. Basically, any presidential building, any government building, don't put that flag in there. So that's what he did. He did sign that one today, executive order. The other one was, I'm only recognizing male and female. Did that. On a hype.
That's a real hype.
No long thing.
I'm not in agreement with that, if I'm honest with you. Because
I hear it.
my issue is when you start to go down that rabbit hole, where does it stop? So theoretically, if someone says, you know what, I don't recognize black people's rights, you know what, I'm taking that away because I've got the power to do that. Where does it start? Where does it stop? Whatever your belief system, whatever your mindset may be, you can't do stuff like that because now you're opening a can of worms you can't close again.
But is that a bit different though? Isn't it? It's because what it is, he's not recognizing, he's only recognizing two genders, male and female. What you're saying is that he's going to say, right, you've got Chinese, white, Asian, black people, you don't exist. So that it's not the same.
Well, what it is, and that's why I understand what Wiley's saying, is if he's got the power to just turn and say, black people's, you don't exist no more. You're now green people because that's what I want to call you, and that's what we're going to put on the slips, and that's what you're going to have to put. He's saying he's got the power to do that.
Yeah,
so as much as I might say to myself, yeah, I agree, male and female might be my belief. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I only agree with male and female, and I agree with that. It doesn't necessarily mean he's right for taking everybody else's rights away, type of thing, because he feels like it's his belief. So he said, well, this is my belief. I'm throwing that on everybody, and everybody has to follow it. That I don't agree with.
No. Finish the point. I've got another point.
I was going to say, because the Civil Rights Act in America only came about 61 years ago. So we're we're thinking like it's so normal. Realistically, we got grandparents that are older than that. Who experienced that wasn't their right. So for me, I think it's a slippery slope when you start to go down the position of, I'm going to start doing things like that, because someone else may come in after you who's more right-wing, who decides, you know what, actually, I don't agree with immigrants. Yeah. Where does it start? Where does it stop? I just think it's a issue you don't need to be creating. As a president like that, you don't need to be doing that personally.
I'm going to ask a question. If we should move on, just say move on. Yeah?
Move on.
Are there more than two genders? I'll move on. Right.
So my point was, did anyone watch his? No. I'm going to say it wrong. Inauguration. Thank you. Did anyone watch it?
No.
I watched some of it.
No. I watched some of it. Did you lot see Elon run up?
I was going to come to that. That was my next thing.
Oh,
I heard about that.
So
I didn't actually fully say.
No, go for it.
You got to let Rain do his roundup, bro.
No.
Okay.
No, go for it.
So Elon Musk he was, I think he gave a speech, and at the end of it, he had
because the new government department called Dodge.
It's a coin.
Doge. OGE.
Yeah, so
Department
Yeah,
of
yes, it is.
Government Excellence.
he's trying to. So he's got a faction within the government which he's going to be doing some madness. I say madness. I'm going to come to that in a minute as well. But in that, they were giving him a standing ovation or whatever it was, and he did a sign which is basically
The Nazi salute.
the Nazi salute. So the right wing, which is everyone that's on Donald Trump in his side, was saying no. It was. I think they said it was a Greek salute, and then the left wing are just saying it's a Nazi salute. Did anyone see it?
I've
I
seen
saw
it.
it.
I've seen it. I've seen
What
it.
did everyone think?
Slapped his chest, straight Heil Hitler. I didn't
Yeah.
understand anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I took from it.
I saw a clip where the man said, it was just a slip or whatever.
No.
Then he saw that there's the next one. He goes, oh, that's it. No, I'm quitting. And he got up and left the screen. I was crying.
It was wild. I saw it. It was wild.
Imagine seeing it live, though, in live real time.
And what do you do? But the thing with Elon, he's not the. I don't know, man. He doesn't think on this plane.
He's awkward.
He's a bit awkward. And it's not. For me, it was that. I can't see anything else. If anyone says it was something different, I'd have to question you. Because what they were putting up on Twitter, they had 4 pictures of some white Senate, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama, where they were in this position. But when you look at the full clips, it was just them just saying doing this or whatever, not like,
Yeah.
which is a bit mad. But
Twice.
yeah.
He did it for the guys at the back.
Well,
He did.
If you watch
Turn
it,
around.
turn around.
No. He did it to the flag. The flag was there, and he did it to the flag. So people are saying, well, he was just impassioned, and he's saying his heart goes out to the United States. His heart goes out to whatever.
No.
But yeah. Anyway.
Boy.
But moving on from the other thing was, I don't know if anyone saw this. So the United States they've got a new project. The project is called Project Stargate. $400 billion is going into this project. Apparently, it's going to be AI. You've got man like Mark Zuckerberg. You got Elon Musk. You got Bezos. All of them man there are doing something, but we don't know exactly what they're
Inside the
doing.
Stargate project.
The Stargate project. And the man said, right, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create supercomputers. And these some supercomputers are like, I don't know, like 1,000 acres. The computer is 1,000 acres.
Buckley.
Like our phone is a computer. Remember, this is better than our Sega Mega Drive that we were playing. But they're going to have 100 acres of computer. What are they doing?
God knows.
Sounds mad.
They got a Stargate, blood. I'm telling you that. But we'll come on to that. We'll come on to that next week. Anyway, the other thing was in the roundup, TikTok was banned for about 12 hours in the US. Did anyone see that?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
I didn't
crazy.
know it was reinstated over there. You know what?
Yeah.
What was the?
75 days.
Done it in
What was
the
that?
same speech. Done it.
They've got 75 days.
Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, they took it away because there's some.
They believe that the Chinese are spying on the US via TikTok.
They are. Let's be candid.
Wait. Did you watch the questioning from the
Well, that you-
congressman
Yeah,
to the CEO of
Yes,
CEO of
of TikTok.
TikTok.
Have
Yeah.
you seen?
Can you tell me
Wait. Before you get into that, have you seen Dark Knight?
Yes.
Have you seen when the Chinese man who takes everybody's money is questioned by the DA?
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
You think it's the same?
It's the
thing?
same blood, the same thing. But anyway, you were saying.
It was just like, what part of China are you from? I'm from Singapore.
Yeah.
What part of China is that? It's in Singapore. Do you support the Chinese Communist Party? I'm from Singapore. I actually served in the Singapore Army. You served Singapore Army? Singaporean Army? Yeah. Okay, great. What part of the Chinese government do you support? They just, the congressman was not having it. The questioning was, you must be a Chinese spy. Furthermore, anything that's not in America that looks like people like you are Chinese. I'm done. That's enough. And they just questioned him. He was like, I don't know what more you want. However, this is a while back. moving forward, what America said is you can still have TikTok as long as you sell it to an American company.
Right. Well, no, sell half of it. So so ultimately, what I think it is that there's a huge monetization that comes from TikTok. When TikTok was banned for the 12 hours, the American people that were making their living off TikTok were barling. It makes you think, how fragile is your income if it can be switched off just like that? So that's YouTube. That's the platform that we're on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We know about that. Sorry.
But but the difference is, at least you lot can go. The platform switched off, but you can still print out a flyer and go and do a thing. What can a content creator do without TikTok?
Yeah.
So
create context somewhere else.
where?
No,
YouTube?
so
Instagram,
No,
YouTube.
no. So then they,
there are other-
as a boycott, they downloaded Red Note.
Yes.
And Red Note as a similar platform to TikTok.
Yeah.
The download streams and all just shot up.
Right.
But the actual contracts content creators have with their brands said TikTok, and because this isn't TikTok, it didn't matter.
Right. Okay.
So this is
We say that, right? But it's very similar to how BlackBerry lost to Android in the end, or the Android or WhatsApp, for example. All right, where BlackBerry had the market with their BlackBerry Messenger, and then all of a sudden everybody switched over to WhatsApp. Yeah. Now, no one saw it. Said to themselves that was ever going to be possible. That BlackBerry was going to be less popular than WhatsApp. But BlackBerry is now finished. Like, no one even cares about it. BlackBerry pins was something. You tell that to your kids now, they're like, "What the hell is a BlackBerry pin?" Do you know what I mean? So to say that it couldn't happen, they can easily get rid of TikTok. Well, get rid of TikTok in America and move it on to some other platform.
Well, there's a thing that if they don't have an agreement, TikTok will be banned in the US.
yeah.
So they'll find something else.
But
they will find something
But
else.
Trump makes me laugh because he made sure TikTok put on their message, due to President Trump, we will be coming
Do
back
another election right now. He wins again straight away.
immediately.
No campaigning.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on from
can't be
that.
sworn
Just
in
quickly, Langstar MT1 says Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos, and them man are creating Master Mold, the head sentinel from the X-Men.
Shouts out to Lang. You know what it is? Only I understand that. Them man are like, what? Only I understand that. Shouts out to Lang. A chargy. Moving swiftly on. A bit more of a serious one. So I can't remember his first name, but surname was Rudagang Banger. 17.
Yes.
Is it Axel?
Axel.
South-
Yeah, I did have Axel, but I wasn't sure if it was Axel. But anyway, so 17. So he is the guy who murdered, let's be candid, murdered 3 girls in Stockport and injured a few more people, 10 more, with a knife. Initially, it was said that he was an asylum seeker, Muslim. He's not that. He is, and I think Sorelli made this point maybe on the last podcast or the podcast before that. He potentially won't serve a life term because of his age. He's 17. The question is, should he? And also, that's one part of the question. The second part is the Tory government knew about this guy. He was on the extremist list or something along those lines. They knew 3 times he was put to that unit and nothing happened. And he went and killed those people and injured those people. Who's to blame?
So he got served. Today he got sentenced.
Minimum
He got a
of
life
2.
sentence, serving a minimum of 52 years. Minimum.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
He's killed 3 people.
Well, that's pretty.
But it's also-
52
also
years. I don't on his age. Well, he comes out when he's what? Is that 52 and how old is he?
69.
17.
18.
How old is he? I don't know how old he is.
69.
Tonga's got that already, you know.
69.
Buddy's brain is.
Buddy just didn't want to say it.
But it was that meme. You know that meme that's got the funny numbers.
No, he's not. Buddy just didn't want to say it because it's 69. I got you.
However, remember that's a minimum.
Buddy's math
That's a minimum.
in
If
his
it
brain
doesn't-
was on dial-up.
It's a minimum. That's the key
I was
thing
about
to
to say. I
remember.
was about
It's
to
a
say it's a minimum. On top of that, he still needs to get parole. All right, parole doesn't just happen just like that. So he won't come out straight away, even after the 52 years. All right, he won't come out. He won't come out straight away. After that, he has to go get parole. Once he gets parole, he has to pass parole. After that is when he can come out. Now, if you're going to sit there and say to me he's going to be mid 70s when he's actually doing the parole, if they even say he can come out after that, and they may just turn and say, no thanks, you're going to stay in there, and he may not want to come back out after that because he's not going to know what to do with life at 75 or 70, whatever he's going to be. All right, it's not as bad. It's not as like it's not the way that you're putting it to say, oh yeah, it's not bad enough. It's definitely bad enough. 52 years is a long
You're
time.
saying 52 years is enough for a person losing their life. It's never enough.
I can tell you that.
If you go out and kill someone, look, I'm not saying.
And remembering as well, aside from the fact he killed 3, he was very close to killing a load more people.
Yeah.
The injured 10.
Yes. So his aim was.
Was there any mental health in it?
His counsel. will say mental health.
I couldn't care less.
So that 52
I agree.
years,
I agree.
is part of it like ABH or GBH for them other
No,
people?
all I said
Murder.
is
It was just
only about the
it's
murders.
life
Only about the murders.
with a minimum
of
of
52
52 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not saying in 52 years' time he'll be out. It's that's when we're going to start thinking about it.
That's what we hear about it.
Good,
But
I don't want it to be
52
quiet.
years.
we'll be dead. We'll be dead by then.
But your question.
Talk for yourself,
Who will be dead?
Boy, with Stargate, why not?
But one
AI.
of Rain's questions was who was to blame.
Yes.
That was a key point as well. Who is to blame for that?
There's a list without knowing the guy's
The
background.
level of responsibility goes deep. And
You can't without knowing who he is. Like you can't turn and say who is to blame because you know what I mean. I don't know if his parents have been around, who's his influences. Well, I'll be honest. I don't know his full background to say I know why he went out there and did it and what's the reasons he's done it. Is he mentally ill? He could be mentally ill.
The Tory government had him 3 times on the anti-extremist program.
Okay, for what reason?
So they knew of him.
What is that program?
It's an anti-extremist program.
I mean, what happens?
It's basically highlighting who could be a possible terrorist.
Who could be a threat? Who could?
Yeah, but
could be a threat.
why and how did
Yeah.
he get on there?
Well, that's the question.
He
you
had
have to ask.
he
Like,
had looked
How did he
up-
get off it then? If he's
He
done
had-
it 3 times.
He wasn't.
He wasn't off it. He had looked up some stuff. I'm going to probably get this wrong, but I know it was roughly around. He had looked up some stuff about Al Qaeda and terrorism activity. That's what it was. And as well as that, his father, I believe, had either called the police or had stopped him from going to his former school.
yeah.
About a year ago or so.
So again, the point is the government. So Piers Morgan's a bastard, but because he put on his, he tweeted, right, this guy's not a Muslim, blah blah blah. Kia, why did you fail the people? But everyone responded. Hold on, Kia, Piers, they wasn't in government. It's the Conservatives, but. Again, the Conservative, and you know what? Some of these other things, like what was it? What was the one? What was it? 7-7.
7-7, yes.
So
7-7.
some of these people, they were known. Like, is it a failing of the government, or is it that they can't do anything? Are the laws protecting people that do this stuff? What's everyone's thoughts?
I mean, when you say things like that as well, like without them actually doing an act, like, there's actually a word for it actually, where you haven't done anything yet. Like it was like in Minority Report, and they haven't actually done the crime yet, but they're
Precogs.
Huh?
The precogs.
to ask the people that predicted it. But anyway,
It's what I said in the Minority Report, the precogs.
that was the people that predicted it. But I'm saying to
So
you,
you're saying basically before they've done the crime, you can't convict them of a crime.
yeah.
But
Haven't done it yet.
what if they've got the pictures on the wall saying, I'm thinking of doing this, I'm chatting to
But
my
I haven't
man
done
who-"
it yet.
So what? So then,
I can think about doing
So
something.
you're saying a
I haven't done it.
conspiracy?
Yeah, I haven't
well, no,
done
but
it
it's a good topic, but it is a minority report thing. So if you walk into someone's house and they've got a plan written out in blood to kill Joan of Arc, for example, you don't do nothing. You just leave them because they ain't done nothing.
No, you start checking them.
You say Joan of Arc?
I'd first for them because
Your brain is doing
Wild,
the
isn't it?
most.
Madness.
It's lang, innit? It's lang.
This guy is eating cheese before bedtime.
But I just ate cheese and chili. But you know what I mean, though. You
Too
know what I
much,
mean?
but all right.
But you can't because you haven't
But
done
is
it.
there
That
conspiracy?
sounds like mental health. That's mental health, innit? If I'm sitting there and writing on a wall saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill citrus. I'm gonna kill citrus. I'm
No,
gonna
not
kill
citrus,
All right.
put that on the wall. You're getting length.
Go back to Joan of Arc.
Put it on the wall. Right, I'm gonna kill citrus. It's only mental health. I'm legging him, bruv. I'm not trying to find out if you're joking. I'm not trying to find out if he's had his meds or not. I'm legging, bruv.
Which wall? Who, where?
What?
All right, let's go.
What? On the wall in blood.
But isn't there these conspiracy to blah blah blah?
I couldn't care less. write my name on the wall, dead,
Sentences.
something. And you tell me, right, luckily we got this guy.
Now I mean, going back to
So where is he now? In the mental asylum. Me, I'm gonna be the nursemaid. Yeah, do you want your meds today? You're getting mashed up on site, bruv.
And I have a Batman reference, you know, the Joker,
Joker does
when he
that.
blows thing, he knocks the ting. And it blows up. That's me and that you in there. Like, you're dead.
Oh dear. Charmel says, bring back the death penalty. And Stealth Diamond says he was aiming to go back to his school to get revenge on his bullies.
On his bullies, yes. Now, the thing is, I said, and you know what, I wanted this as a topic, saying empty utopia. If we could take over and call this empty land, what laws, in fact, off the cuff, unrehearsed.
Oh, shit.
We're now living in eMpTytopia. We have 5 lords. I mean, 4 lords and a god. But it's fine. We're not here for semantics. And you can put 2 things in place that everyone that lives in eMpTytopia has to abide by. What are they? I'm going to start off with Rayman.
No,
Because I know he lives his life thinking this on standard anyway. I got to give Tongo Buddy and Wiley a little chance to kind of think about it. But I know Rain has this all written out in scripture on his back, like in
written in blood on the wall.
like in what's it called? Prison with the Schofield brothers. In Prison Break. Rain's got this.
I think everybody has to donate a percentage of their life to so for the majority of your life, you don't have to work. But you have to donate a percentage of your life to work. It's a utopia. So what it is, so think of it like this. If you live for 50 years and you give and you give a percentage of your life, because remember, what you're trying, it's a utopia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Utopia should be for the majority of your life you're not working, but you have to commit something. You have to work for a period of time, right?
Go for it.
So therefore, there's a percentage you have to work. Now maybe that might with 6 million people in London, you might have to give 2% of your life.
More like 9 to be honest.
Okay, whatever it was. So then, so you have to give 2% of your life to working. That might mean that you have to work a 9 to 5 for 5 years. But then after that 5 years,
You're done.
you're done because someone else has to do that. Everyone gets to share the skill set. You get to enjoy your life.
Nice.
I know.
Number 1, Tongo.
The man ain't got nothing.
No, there'd be no homeless.
And that,
There'll be no homeless.
No homeless people. Everyone has to be housed either by you give them a bed give them a front room, give them a sleeping bag.
wait, so
something.
people come into your yard and just sleep in your yard?
They did it for the people from Ukraine, no?
I mean, so I got my
We
house.
didn't.
To be fair,
I know we didn't.
Tongo's
We're not allowed to
Utopia.
argue.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
we didn't.
Utopia.
No, we didn't.
Utopia
I know we
or
didn't.
Tongo's?
It's Utopia, I remember.
Thank you,
Utopia, yeah?
Thank you, Tongopia. Wiley,
Right, you said 2. So the first thing,
you can only do 1 and then we're
Okay.
going to go around again.
all right, cool. We're dethroning the god and everyone has got equal power. Buddy.
Who's the god?
Remember, the first thing he said was there was 1 god
And 4
and
lords.
there was 4 lords.
Oh, right,
We dethroned
okay.
the god and everyone
That's
got equal
done.
power.
Yeah.
Buddy.
But then,
No,
Buddy.
no.
buddy,
I mean, I'm thrown.
You ain't got nothing.
Go on.
No, it wasn't shit. It was good. It was good.
I'm still thrown about everything. So we're now living in a world with everyone has 5% work. A world where
no,
I got
very simply, 9 to 5, 5 years of your life, and that's it.
Maybe.
Yep.
No homelessness.
people have to sleep in my yard.
Yep.
And Dean is no longer a part
never
of
said
the
that.
Why are you confused about my one? Because my
Go
one,
on.
you work for 75%.
I didn't say your one was fine.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, go on.
I'm still lost
Your
on his
thing,
one.
your thing.
Go on.
Your thing.
My Utopia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really thought of it, to be fair, but I like the fact of being able to just chill and live life and experience things. So I do like Rain's one, to be fair.
Okay. You lot laughed at me originally.
No, I like your one. Your one's fine.
Yeah,
I
but
really
Dean was doing this.
You ain't said nothing, bruv.
I haven't really got one, to be fair.
I do. I told you.
dear.
All right, go on. You do what? You do one. Just do one, then we're going to move on.
So my one is very simply an eye for an eye.
Really?
Yeah, you rob me, I'll chop your hand off.
What if a man cheats on his wife?
Then cheat on the other thing. Just it's very
Cheat on the
simple.
other team.
Just eye for
What
an
about
eye.
the genders?
Like you lock someone off, you get shot in the face. Do you know what I mean? I'm just straight up do the trial. If we know you, CCTV, boom, 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 it was you. Yeah, but mental health, pff, done. There's no more mental health. You're done because you're gone.
Would you do a purge then?
There'll be no need because I'm just doing straight
Justice.
Capitol
You know
Hill,
why I don't even agree?
Capitol Hill, Tower of London.
Remember, it's quick fire. So that's
Thank
your-
you. Eye for an eye.
All right, I'm going to move on. And we're going to go into the topic because we've been 40 minutes chatting.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
We've got one more to go.
Yes.
What, we're going to do
Quick
again?
fire. Quick fire, yeah.
One more
I ain't
quick
got
fire.
on, so
One more
just,
very quick
I'm
fire.
out.
No secrets. So the government can't hold information on, I don't know, Area 51, Area 52, Area 53. We all know about it. We know about Project Bluebeam, Project Harp and all them kind of stuff. No secrets.
No secrets. Stongo.
Every child that's born, the government starts a fund for them
Dubai.
that's continuously paid for until they're 18.
Wiley.
Everybody who earns over £100,000 in salary has got to pay 70% tax.
Long thing.
And
I'm not living your place. Your place is
You're
dead.
not just trying to make the world
And-
worse.
Your place is
Hold
dead.
on, you know
Your-
what?
I thought you're just mashed up my thing.
I thought it was quick fire.
I ain't playing this.
So, and those that are earning less than £20,000 do not have to pay any form of tax. We level up society.
That last part I get. That
We level up society.
yeah, that's
I'll level it up.
That's what
Here's
I
my one.
want.
So,
But
man.
there-
Yeah, go on,
there's,
go on.
there's no such thing as money anymore. We're done with money. There you go. There's my utopia.
can't work.
Cool. It can work. It can work.
Impossible. But anyway,
It can work. It can work.
But this is a
Can I
topic.
go back to bartering?
I
Then
think
can
what,
get-
what we need to do, everyone's points, you need to bring them back and we have a discussion and argue the points.
Yeah, we're done with money.
Right,
That's
so
the
the
best
last one. Krept Konan, everyone familiar with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
They opened a supermarket in South London in collaboration with someone, but we have to give them the props that they've opened a supermarket. I think it's called
Ways.
Is it?
I believe I
Old-
think
old
it's
school
called
name.
Something like
Saveways
that.
or something like that.
Save
Yeah.
Ways or something.
Saveways, that's right. Saveways. It looks a bit like the Costco graphics. But what's everyone's thoughts on them opening a supermarket? It's getting mixed reactions. There's few people saying, right, well, you lot didn't care. That people have checked company's house to make sure it was them. I don't know for what reason, but what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's brilliant.
I'd agree.
Saveways, that's the name of the shop.
Saveways.
Saveways,
I think
yeah.
it's brilliant.
Why do you think it's brilliant?
Because it's innovative. It's not the typical black young people want to either be rappers or content creators or stab up people, or it's something positive. It's that's creating jobs, that's creating money into the community. They've thought about it, so they're giving people a wide car park. The car parking is free. Like, I think it's brilliant, and it's a supermarket where
Where is it? Old Kent Road.
Croydon,
Oh, Croydon.
Yeah, Krept.
and it's a supermarket where they've got food for all the different ethnicities as well. So I think it's a good idea.
I think it's very good, and I think what it also shows is you don't just have to invest your money in chains, jewelry, all that sort of thing. It shows that you can have a mindset to do things where you can actually create a business, and hopefully it will show other younger people. You know what? I haven't got to just spend money on what is the things that are looking like the bling out there. I can spend money on things that will be a legacy for my future, my family. I think it's a very good idea.
Is their food cheap?
Don't know.
No idea.
Apparently they are.
No idea.
Does it matter?
Apparently,
No,
they're
but I'm just going by the basis.
Apparently they're reasonably priced.
Okay, but I'm just going by the basis of you saying how great it is and what they've done for people. They've done something for themselves. They've invested in something that's going to make them money, in essence.
Yes.
All right, which is good on them and well done to them. All right, but me saying to myself, it's great for your line was being good for black people, and black people have got other things that they can invest in. You can invest in anything. As a black person, white person, Asian person, it doesn't make a difference. All right.
I was talking stereotypically.
Yeah, all right, and I'm just saying it doesn't make a difference to me. All right, I'm just saying to myself, at the end of the day, how great is it? How much is it helping the people that's around? If you're going to say to me it's helping other people because their food's cheaper than Tesco's and it's got a wider range of things. If you've got those type of benefits, then I'll agree with you.
Why is it?
I don't need it to be cheaper than
Remember,
Tesco's.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
I don't need it to be. I don't even need it to be competitive with Tesco's. It's just an alternative. And as soon as you start to accept and understand that, as a people, generally, you can start opening different marketplaces.
Right.
It can't be a bad thing.
And this is the thing. So to jump in. So just to giving you a bit of a rap sheet. So Krept Konan opened in Croydon, which was a
Yes.
pancake and then kind of waffle place. Krept open, or he has a brand which he's named after his daughter, which I believe is Nyla, and they do baby stuff. I don't know if it's creams and stuff or if it's clothing or whatever. So he's a rapper, yes, and he's got the chains and all of that, but he's doing something positive out there. And I think I can't remember who said it, but to say, right, I'm doing this, regardless if it's cheaper or not, it doesn't matter. The Sainsbury's family started their empire with one shop.
No, it wasn't a shop. It was a store in Dawson Market.
No,
Can't remember.
No, was that Tesco's?
Wells Street Market.
Wells Street Market.
Yeah.
That's where Tesco started.
Yeah.
This is why there's a Tesco's there now, and it will
no,
never close.
Yeah, so, but again, to my point, Sainsbury's opened with one shop, and then it turned into this massive empire. 147,000 employees when I was working there, and that was over 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So if they do that, and then you've got the thing, look, you know what I mean? It's going to be black owned to an extent. The product you're getting in is going to be from Heinz and whatnot. But what if they start to do a proper aisle or a proper shop, where you can get Caribbean stuff, which is properly branded?
I mean, I'm not knocking it. I actually think it was good for them. I'm glad. I mean,
I just think
I'm not knocking
Wait,
it.
Tongo.
So why does it only have to be good in regards to the retail aspect? Like as I mentioned,
No,
wait, let me finish.
go on.
Like so, I mentioned about the creating staff, the creating jobs. So that's good for the community. No,
now that's a better angle.
but I said that before, and they're also
It's not about stabbing people, but it's fine.
Go on.
they're also that's not all I heard.
That's all I.
Keep focused, man. Just stay focused.
And then also, I said about bringing money to the community. Much like when we bring Carnival to Northwest London, or West London, it brings however much money into the community. Them having a shop there is bringing money into the community as well.
I like those points.
So let's tidy and move onwards.
Indeed. To the topic of the week.
Matty.
This is the Empty Podcast. Good evening. This is Mr. Wiley Cat DJ, and to my right we have.
Man like Tonga, you don't know. They are.
My ears bleeding from the sound.
Bled.
Indeed. And next to him we have.
Rain Nelson.
Is that to try and balance out the sound?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And across from him we have.
Citrus City, yeah. Like
And
it,
last
anybody?
but not least we have.
Buddy in the building, aka the truth.
So this week's topic, it's a broad one. It's very, very simple. I think the title says it all. Should you change for your partner? Now you can jump into it however you want, but I'll give you a bit of a steer. So the general notion is that when people get into relationships, they tend to get either molded or steered to however their partner may want them to be. So for example, if you're a person who is now meeting a vegan partner, your vegan partner may now influence you to now go off and meet and go down a vegan way of living. You may meet someone who is a religious person. They may now influence you to now start going to church and various things like
Or the
that.
mosque, or the synagogue.
Indeed.
Or the temple.
Whichever it may be. But the point is, should you change for your partner? Does your partner need to change for you? Gentlemen, what are your views?
If you do not change or mold for your partner, how do you match your the level of being compatible, your compatibility?
Compatibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you then gain closer to that? Because initially it's based on raw attraction, then you get intrigued and you find out more about a person, you try to find out a bit more about them. Then if you then get into a relationship, you then look for more common ground, and there'll be certain things that you're not interested in, or you may not have a higher level of interest. And because it's something they're interested in and you're interested in them, you may now start taking an interest in subject or topic X and then move into that direction.
Interesting. Sharon Gutmore in the chat says, no, you don't change, but you should be prepared to make compromises.
That's changing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You lot have been
Could have changed myself with changing the word.
So, but should you? I can hear what you're saying, what you said there. But
There has to be compromise, and that's what.
Unless your relationship is a dictatorship relationship.
Yeah, well then you still compromise because you're being dictated to, and you're compromising by listening to that person.
Unless you're the dictator.
If you're the dictator, then obviously again everything
Pause.
changes. Wow.
Buddy,
But yeah, the compromising side of things, you're too much, you know what? Anyway, the compromise, you have to compromise. In any relationship, you have to compromise. Even with friends, you have to compromise. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to interrupt. Just use the word change, because then it makes what you're saying a little bit different. So change it. In the relationship, you have to change.
We don't have to change.
But you just said
You don't have to change.
You compromise.
This is a
forget
lie.
compromise. The word is change. You didn't say
do
compromise.
you change for your
Do
partner?
you change
Does
for
your partner have to change for you?
Do I change for my partner?
Because you know what it is? I get what Rain's saying. We're prettying up the word change by saying compromise. It
Yes.
sounds better on the ear.
And I get that. That's a true point. However, I would say, yeah, you do change for your partner. And your partner changes for you. There are certain aspects in life. There's certain aspects in life that is different when I'm single to when I'm in a relationship. That's a fact, and that's with everyone. When I'm single, I'm capable of doing X, Y, and Z. And I don't need to be courteous to anybody apart from myself, because it's about me, because I'm single. All right, but when I'm in a relationship, I have to be courteous to somebody else.
Courteous?
Yeah, you have to be courteous. Things like, if I'm going to stay out for the night, then I will tell her I'm staying out for the night. I won't just turn and say to myself,
respecting, yeah.
you know what I mean? So you got to be courteous and be respectful. All right. So there's certain aspects of life that will change. You know, I can't necessarily stay out for the night and say, yo, staying at my brethren girl's house. Where your brethren girl's house? Yeah, she's a girl in it, and she's my brethren. I stay at her house sometimes because she's my brethren. I probably wouldn't do that no more, because I think to myself, my
You
missus
used to
gonna
do
think.
that.
You used to do that.
No, well, I would. I'm capable of doing it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He said nah and yeah in the same time.
That's why I said wow.
No, because I had to think about it for a second. I said,
No, well, yeah.
no, I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah, but all the time.
Not me. Buddy does it.
But, yeah, no, sorry, we're interrupting.
But what it is obviously you have friends that are girls, and well, some of us have friends that are girls. All right, and if I'm single, then I would stay there. If I wanted to stay there, I would stay there.
And do what?
Chill.
Play
So
chess.
the question is, so on that point you're making, I understand you're saying about being courteous. Why do you have to change to be courteous?
Because there's certain things that I would probably have done differently if I was single. Fact. I'd go out raving. I'd be out all night. I'd stay at people's houses. I might stay at my brethren's yard. I could do whatever I want. Nobody's there to not rule me, but to say to me, oh, you know what you're doing is hurting me or hurting somebody else. I'm not hurting anybody by doing what I want to do, because I'm only caring about what I'm doing for me.
So in your relationship, you believe that being able to compromise / change will bring a better friendship, companionship?
No, like I said, it's about being respectful and being courteous. I've got to feel to myself that me changing helps compromise change, as you're trying to get rid of the word.
Trying.
All right. To the situation, to what's going on with my partner. I have to, and likewise, do unto others as you like done to yourself. So I'm not going to sit there and respect her saying to me, all right, it's all right, I'm going to go stay at Brian's house tonight. Why? My brethren. I'm like, no, you ain't. Like, and then there's a problem. Well, you stayed down at Becky's yard. I'm like, oh yeah, but so why can't I stay at Brian's? I'm like, well, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the you know what I mean? There's got to be some kind of compromise at one point. Otherwise, you don't have a relationship.
Your thing sounds flowery, bruv.
To answer the question, why
Yes.
do you change?
If you say no,
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
You have to change. You have to look at yourself, and it's what you're saying. There's stuff that you may have done before that you can't do now, out of respect, out of you are in a unison. And I'm not even talking about being in a full-blown committed relationship. Even if you're linking someone, you're gonna have to change a little bit. There's some of us that haven't.
I don't know about the linking thing.
There's some of us that haven't, but you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to change. It might not be a thing that you're gonna change 100%. It might be like a 2% change, but you have to make sure that you're securing the bag all the time.
Right. So with a link, you would change.
You have to change a little bit. You don't go like your intention with a link is to what?
To bang.
Exactly. Right. Do you go to that person straight away in first meeting, I'm going to bang? No, you don't. You change your approach to get the bang, right?
I don't know what we talk about. First meeting or we talk about?
I just said first meeting. I didn't start.
First meeting. All right, cool.
So exactly. So you change. So you change. So we all change. You have to change.
changing what? My
You
approach
just
would-
said you're
my
doing the
approach
yes no thing again,
No,
blood.
because my approach would be my approach. All right, and then when I get in, I get in, and I'm not going to change who I am because
But you've got in and you changed to get in.
What do I change?
I just asked you the question: would you say I want to bang, or would you change your approach?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't go over to anyone and say that. I don't even go to my missus and say that.
because you change. Because you have to change your approach. What you want to do, you have to change. You have to soften it.
No.
Yeah, but
What
you
am I
just said
softening?
yes.
No, I'm saying to you that I wouldn't say that in the first place. I wouldn't go. You said, "What's my mission?" I said, "My mission would be to go and bang."
Yeah.
All right, but it wouldn't be. That's not my approach. I'm not going to go over to go, "Yo, babe, I want to bang." I'm not going to go and talk to her like
would
that.
you do?
I would talk to her. I'd speak to her. I'd say whatever
Why?
I wanted to say
Why?
at the time.
Why?
Whatever came to
Why?
my mind. Why would I?
Why?
Because I'm approaching her to get what I want to get.
And why are you approaching her in a different way?
In what different way? I said to you, I would approach her to get what I
Why are
want
you
to
not
get.
saying direct?
It sounds
No,
to me
no, no,
like
no.
you're changing your
No, I'm
answer.
not. No, I'm not.
I'm not. No,
Go
I'm
on.
not even defending this side of the sofa.
Go on.
However, if I'm hungry, I don't come to you and say, "Yo, food."
Thank you.
I wouldn't do it anyway. So, whatever it is that I wanted, that would never be my approach.
Thank you.
So, if he's saying, even if my intention is to eat, I'm never going to say, "Yo, food," because this isn't what this is. This has never been who I am anyway.
Thank you.
However, if it was, and you lot are just being raw out here.
I didn't.
No, we're going there. We're going there.
Watch it
We're
back.
going there.
You talked about vaginal length in the beginning.
All right,
of
well,
the
I just said what I saw on Instagram. However, what it comes down to is if his intention. So I think you are trying to put him in a box. If his intention is to have sex tonight, he's not going and saying, "Yo, sex tonight, yeah, cool," because the response he's probably gonna get isn't gonna get him the outcome. So you're saying is he gonna change? I don't think he's gonna change. He's just gonna say how he would speak anyway.
Let me just say something.
But before we do any of this, Wiley, I know you got people popping up
There
on the
is.
line.
I'm going to get to Tongo and then get to the chat because there's a lot of things being said. Tongo.
But did you see how he screwed up his face when he said link about showing a respect or change or whatever? Yeah?
I think that's another
Yeah?
podcast. But
So if his attitude to a link is anything and I can do or say what I want and treat her anyhow I want, yeah, because I'm not going to change. I'm not going to be
If that's the
respectful. I'm not going.
Thank you.
But that's what he's implied.
If that's the
what he
attitude.
implied.
He didn't imply that.
I didn't imply that.
If that
Problem
is the
is,
attitude.
when he
if
said
that is
you're
the
going to change
attitude-
for a link, he went for link. Like, are you mad? I'm not changing
No,
for a link.
because my point is basically saying it's a link. You're telling me to change. What am I changing?
Right.
I said to you, I'd change for. I said I would change. Are we changing for my partner? My partner, yes, because it's my partner. I have to compromise and I have to try and change and try and make things work with my partner. With a link, I'm not trying to make this go any further than what I want. So what I want is what I'm going to go and approach you and do whatever whatever the speech is, whatever it is. Get whatever I want to get, and it's going to be that. You are now not my girlfriend.
And you don't have to be rude or disrespectful to get it.
Right.
Okay.
I don't.
Alright.
And as my girl.
let me finish my-
I'll finish my point. All right. As she's not my girlfriend, I now don't need to turn and say, "Well, I'm not going out, Raving. I'm not sleeping at Becky's house tonight." Why? You're not my gal, so you can't tell me what I can and can't do. All right. So I'm not changing for you. I'm still going out raving. I'm still going to stay out all night. I'm still going to sleep at my girl Bredrin's yard because I can. I'm not
Who's this
changing.
girl, Bridget?
Okay.
He seems to be getting bare
That
buddy
was a
time.
long interjection. But
I bet Buddy takes out her weave.
all I'm saying is that if you're saying it's a link and you both know what time it is, you don't need to do the niceties. You can be like, well, you're available Friday, man's itchy. You're gonna scratch the itch? Cool. It can be like that though, right?
Okay. I get where you're going with it.
I get
Do you
what
understand what I'm
Tongo.
saying?
I get the point Tongo's making.
So-
In regards to the
So
question,
you can be that direct if it's a link, as you're saying, and it's about the bag or the bang, whichever you want to call it.
Okay.
So if you both know what time it is, you can.
But where am I
you don't have to be
changing?
rude. To
No,
be
no,
direct.
no. I think you've lost the
You've
point.
lost the point,
completely.
yeah.
So
What it comes down to, if he's speaking to
be rude.
a chick that he has no relationship intentions with, however, he wants to have sex with her tonight, how he goes about that is not changing who he is. How he communicates with her is how he communicates with her. However, he knows his outcome. So that's not changing who you are. Because if you're in a relationship, you're not going to speak to your partner in that same way or act the same way because you know this isn't a just today thing or right now. This is for the rest of my existence. Or however long this relationship goes on for. Wiley,
Right,
to the
there's,
comment.
there's a lot in the chat. So
Interesting.
right then. So shout out to DJ Longers. He says my answer is yes, but only change to make a balance in the relationship. Changing everything about yourself would make problems. Stealth Diamond says compromising is about being considerate, not changing. She also says she doesn't think it's the same. This is talking about compromise or change.
Sorry, what she say?
She says she doesn't think it's the same as in compromise and change.
But that's why we're talking about change, not compromise.
DJ Longer says compromise in some aspects is changing what you would usually do. So in this conversation, it's the same thing. I'm going to go on to the YouTube chat as well. The YouTube, Sharon Gutsmore says, no, you don't change, but you should be prepared to make compromises. If you want to change yourself totally for your partner, then that person isn't right for you. We're going to get into that. And
Wait.
No,
Before- wait. No.
Go on.
Can you repeat that, please?
If you have to change yourself totally for your partner, then that person isn't right for you. But we're going to get into that.
Okay.
She also says, I suggest you look at the meaning of the two words, as in compromise and change.
Stato, jump in.
very
That goes out
simple-
to Sharon, innit? Mm-hmm.
Very
Well
simply.
done, Sharon.
So-
Hope you're good.
My cousin.
So,
Okay.
definition.
Wow.
This guy just threw the whole cushion across the chair. So the change definition, yeah?
Oh, I was going to get in.
The change definition is
Yes,
very
sir.
straightforward, yeah? To exchange one thing for another, especially of a similar type, change jobs, she's just change jobs, change the subject, let's change the subject, etc., etc.
Right.
Definition of a compromise. An agreement and an argument in which the people
Right.
involved reduce their demands or change their opinion in order to agree. So, it is a change. That's the definition. It is a change. So, ultimately, are we saying that that is something we would expect in a relationship?
We're going backwards.
In order to go forwards, go on.
I think we're going backwards, and I think we've discussed this. I think you should go on to your next point, because we've said that change and compromise are different. The last part of that definition says a compromise is a change.
Yep.
So we're going back.
Therefore, a change is a change, whether we want to call it a compromise. And I think something Rain said, and something that I think it was Citrus said earlier, it's just flowering up the words and changing up the words to make it sound good on the ear.
Yeah, Rishi Sunak.
Change is change.
Okay.
Whether it's compromise, you're making a change.
What I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. When the questions come out, it's would you change? Would you change for your
Yes.
partner? Right? It's kind of like, would I now turn and, for example, stop supporting Liverpool because my partner supports
Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Am I now going to say I'm sacrificing my team?
Buddy probably would.
Yeah, Karen believe in that. All right. Would I turn and do certain things in my life? Would I stop going carnival? Would I stop linking up with my friends? Would I start doing certain things that are really different in my life that I like in my life? Different because my partner doesn't. My partner doesn't like.
Would you go out New Year's and just stay with your missus?
I don't. That's not changing anything.
So no, but to touch on the point you said, your partner don't like citrus. You've got a close relationship with citrus. You now have to make a choice of whether you change your relationship with citrus or whether you
He's
have
already
to
made
deal
that
with
choice.
that in your relationship.
A few times.
Man, it's just bedtimes. I mean, citrus is a bad example right here. But would I change? I wouldn't let my partner tell those type of decisions and changes. I wouldn't let her change that from me. But that's not a compromise.
And then where does it stop? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like your mum.
Wait. So so there's a couple things.
Shit.
What is the biggest change you've recognized in yourself that you've had to make in a relationship? Did I just take your question?
No, because my point, and to add on to that point, and I'm going to come on to it, do you recognize the change? Because
Well, if we
that's the
first
thing.
discuss it,
Yes.
and then we can underpin
Yeah.
it with the follow-up
Go on.
question. Buddy,
What's the biggest change I've made?
yeah.
Yes. That you've done in your relationship, for a relationship.
I wouldn't say
One of my brethren's moved out. That was a big change
I moved out of what?
of his house.
Oh, okay, I'm lost.
So am I.
Previously.
So moved out of his yard.
He's saying
He moved out of his house to move
Yeah,
into the
moved into the
partner's
chick's
house.
house.
Okay, gotcha.
That's a massive change.
That is a life change, isn't it?
I've done that change.
Because what you're doing, you're basically sacrificing what you have in order to build somewhere else. And you're not building, and you
Disagree with that.
And I look at it, the way I look at it, you're not building into a new place. You're
building
into
into
the partner's place.
her place.
No,
So
you're fitting into that place.
Yes.
Ooh, I mean, it depends on what circumstances you have talked about.
Is it your house?
Is it yours?
No, it's not.
You know, like-
When the argument and the hammer goes down, who's packing up and leaving?
All right.
No. I'm not disagreeing with those points.
Oh.
But I'm saying to you, when you're saying that you're building into her foundation type of thing, you're building something together. So whatever circumstances you've gone in there, you'd have had that conversation, whether you're going to buy something together eventually, what your situation, what might be together. So you're going to work things out together. So when you're saying it, like, oh, like this is all change for something for her or beneficial to her, it might be beneficial for your relationship. So I'm a bit lost on why it's kind of come out the way it's come out.
I fully understand what Citrus is saying. The way I'm looking at it, if you're moving into a new place together, you're building together. But
Different.
if you're moving into your partner's home, that is their home of how they have their things set and they do things their own way.
Their way.
Yes, they can adjust to you coming in, but you have to conform to how they live.
What if it has a purpose?
What do you mean? Explain.
So
purpose?
I'll explain it. An easy one for me to do. All right, you've moved out of your place. You've rented out your place to earn the money to make sure that you two can now use that money to buy a property. So this situation is, instead of me living there and you living there, and us both, me paying for here and you paying for there, we've turned and said to ourselves, well, we'll live here or there, whichever way it works out, whichever one works out beneficial for the both of you guys. You move into one property, you rent out the other property, use the money from that property to now invest into your new property, which will now be our property.
Yes.
Is this now not a
but
plan?
in the meantime, while you're in said property, being if it's their property, as Sidra said, when there's the argument and they're pissed off and it's you're sleeping on the sofa or come out
What's
my
that
house
song? Get out.
or give me back my key or what happens then?
You go and you don't turn your back. You don't turn your back.
Yeah, if someone uses that as a weapon against you,
Yes,
you
right.
bounce. That's
I'm
it.
agree. And so the thing is, to your example of you're renting out your property, it's not like you're the man that hasn't got nothing to go to.
Right.
So when you've got that backup of, right, I can go back to my place. I've got to kick out the tenant and all that, but I've got my place. It's a bit different to someone who. And
Comes from their mum's yard or something.
let's be candid.
So no, so-
Some men
so-
have
so
nothing and moving with females,
No,
or the other way around.
It's guys that are, or females, people that are on the housing list.
Very PC.
Not even that.
You're on the housing. One second, you're on the housing list, and if you now move into their place, you sacrifice the 4.5 year, 5 year, 7 year waiting list that you've been on the housing list. So now you've got an address. You're no longer open and close brackets homeless. You've got somewhere to live. Now, if she then kicks you out from that, you're now going back to the bottom of the housing list. Do you know what I mean? And this happened to one of our friends. So this is a reality, and I'm just like, so with that, the level of vulnerability is much bigger. However, in that same said friend, the amount of change was greater.
But then,
Because he couldn't sacrifice pissing her off.
so you're saying you can change yourself, but not to the point that you become vulnerable in your situation.
If you expose too much of yourself, you then lose who you are.
Shankle dips, yeah.
So, Langstar MT1 says, these times you're being told your wardrobe is the box you bought your belongings in.
Jeez.
Matting.
And to the point of what Citrus was saying, a lot of people, they rent. So you could find yourself in a situation where when you do move with a partner, like you were saying, buddy, they've given up their rented accommodation. They can't say, oh, I'm going to rent it out. They have to give up their accommodation to make that life change.
But then you do that change that you just said, right?
Yeah.
Based upon how strong you think your relationship is.
Yes.
But you think a relationship as strong as it is, she
might- no, I'm not
she
saying-
might have
that's
different intentions.
Definitely.
So how much you've changed and you think you've done this change for the betterment of us, she's like, I'm making decisions for the betterment of me.
Yeah, no.
So
100%.
Citrus has said the biggest change is moving. Buddy, what would you say biggest change
That I've made or
that you've made or experienced? Let's just make it easy that way, that you've made or experienced. And any one of us can jump in and say, biggest change we've made or experienced someone do in a relationship.
Someone stopped going out with their friends.
That's quite a common one. Yeah. That is a
That's
common
quite, and you know what I like about that one is it's subjective.
It is.
Only because, and this is me speaking on personal experience, I am from the small island of St. Lucia, Righteousness. We listen to soca music. Where
is that?
We're that part of the Caribbean. Rain wouldn't know. You know, them out of Mongolian man, them. All right then. But I go soca raving. I love going soca raving. It's my thing. It's been my thing for all of my adult life. However, going out with someone that doesn't understand the culture of soca music is like, why are all of these sweaty girls dancing on sweaty guys, grinding up, don't they have no self-respect? In my head, I'm like, hey, this is my people's thing. Why you can't just out here disrespecting it? Do you know what I mean? It's not that, but I get the perception.
Yeah, exactly. They can have an opinion.
But it's not that. However, when the next soca rave comes up, am I going to go with Chess? Knowing she don't want to go because she don't like it. But it's part of who I am. And all my boys, Buddy goes there, Tongo goes there, Rain, yeah, room 2. But, do you get what I mean? So am I now not going to go because I know she's going to feel a way about it because she don't like it or she doesn't understand it. So when Buddy and Tongo then says, Ross, so you're not coming again now? All right, cool. Tell your missus I said hello. I'm now pinky in the middle, like, I don't want to piss her off, but I miss going out with my boys. What decision are you going to make? Do you make that change? Can you afford to make that change?
What decision do you make?
I'll be very honest, it just depends on the day. It's not linear. It's not I'm going out with my boys every time because I don't think that's progressive.
Can I say a decision? No, I'll be honest. A decision that I know that people make. I'm not singling out no one, all right? But I know people make that decision based off of what's going on at home. If you've pissed me off and we're not talking, guess where I'm going? Out with the man.
Yeah, you're being vindictive.
That sounds quite childish.
But I know
Yeah,
man them that make that.
Childish, that's the wrong.
But I know man them that make that decision. I never said I do. I'm saying I know man them that make that decision.
Mad that was your first choice. But I've presented a scenario and what I'm saying is the change is beforehand, every rave, you would have been there. Now you're in a relationship, it's like, I can't do every rave.
Do you know what I
mean?
And this is my point.
And this is where the change comes.
I think the change would be is that if, like, back in the heyday, every Friday, Saturday, sometimes Thursdays, and on a Wednesday, I was out. So whether it be Samantha's, cameos, then
Take 'em up,
Stratford
mate.
Rex, Rare Tear Tear, blah, blah. So I was out. When I got into something serious, that had to reduce. I had to change. It's not viable. Why am I going out all of those times? Maybe once a week. Even that's still a bit of, it's a bit much. But the question would be from your partner your partner, why are you going out so often? What is out there for you?
I was about to ask the same question. I was about to say, what are you going out there for?
What is out there for you?
I enjoy going raving with my boys sometimes. Say, we're having a laugh. We're out there. We'll have 2 drinks. We'll just catch up with old time people and we'll get a joke. Like if I'm single, I'm going out there straight up and down. I'm going out there to check
Do what I
out.
like whenever I want.
Yeah, I'm looking gal in it. All right, straight up. I'll be honest, bro.
I want to say that.
AKA the truth. I don't care. I will come out there and I say I'm going out raving. I'm looking gal. Do you know what I mean? And that's what most men are out there looking. All right. I hope.
No, some man go out to clubs to listen to music loud.
Yeah, I think it would be because a lot of people
the PG stuff, bruv. Let's just be real. I mean, I said there's some man them that are single. I'm not talking about man them in relationship. I'm talking a single man them have gone out there. You're telling me I'm going out to a rave tonight. I'm not looking out there thinking I hope there's some nice fly gal.
So you go. So we're in your single days.
In single days, every day you went raving was
for
just
gal.
to find skirt.
I would love to see skirt. I'm out there looking skirt. If I'm going raving, I'm going out there for skirt.
I can't
Straight
stand
up and
it.
The thing is, and I can't prescribe to that because
You're a music man.
And this is the thing. So you can't really say everybody who was going out, or the majority of people, because the majority of people, a plus point would be obviously women in the rave. That's a plus point. But that's not the real reason why you're going out. You're going out for the whole environment. The whole thing is if your friends are going with, the jokes you're catching, and the plus points are all of that together.
Well, let's put it out to the MT world then, innit? All right, people out there, man them, and even the gal them, put it out there to the gal them. Are you going out there looking the opposite sex, basically? All right, are you going out to raves when you're going out raving and you're single? All right, are you going out there for the opposite sex?
Do you know what the wickedest thing is, right? Generationally as well. I'm going to put that in there. I'm just thinking about when I went raving strictly for fun. And the one time that comes into my head is drum and bass. I remember going to a drum and bass rave. It could be 100% man them. I couldn't care less. I was finding my spot. I was listening to the mixes. I was looking for the wheel up. Do you know what I mean? I was having a great time.
Joining in with the MC.
Joining in with the MC.
Sweating, don't business about no one. Who cares?
Yeah, nothing. It didn't mean anything. And that was obviously a long time ago. But that was something that I really understood. I'm going out to have a good time. I need to decompress. This is me decompressing. Like even now, if I go out, went to a rave, single or not, and I'm hearing the right selection of old school dancehall, I don't care who else is in there. None of that is my concern. If the DJ's good and the energy's nice in the place, I don't care. There could be the buffest thing in the corner. I'm like, rah, she's nice, but this is Little Lenny. You don't even know who Little Lenny is. Do you know what I mean? That's me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm being honest. That's me. That's like I'm looking at the DJ like, yo, wheel it up. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not looking at nothing else because I'm in my aspect. I'm in my element. Do you get what I mean? And that's where I'm like. And the crazy thing is, no disrespect to you, but when you go raving, you see them man that are hungry, that any chick that walks past,
they're not dancing to nothing.
they're just doing the most. They've got
Outside
big,
the toilet.
heavy jackets on and stinking of last week Thursday and just doing too much.
Trying to grab every girl that walks past.
No, but you know what it is? That is a part of raving, and there's people that go out for that. That's what they go out for. Raving is a very broad subject. There are the music man. There is a man that is listening for the mix. Oh, you're clanging. You know what I mean? There's a man looking for the gal. There's a man that's just out there that don't go out often, but he's linked up with the man them and he's just catching joke. You know what I mean?
Couple man go out there, 2-2 drink, get burst, and they're just holding their corner and doing their thing.
Yeah.
There's man that's go there just to stand in the corner and act like the bad
And just act like the bad man or vibes or whatever it is.
or to be like they're ballers. Or there's
What do you think the ballers are actually doing? And even the man that are standing in the corner, what do you think they actually came out their yard,
ballers.
dressed up, put on their fresh freaking aftershave and saying to themselves, you know what, let me stand up in the corner. They're standing there trying to look, yeah, this is just their approach.
So what? So even if you're in a relationship, you're saying
I said single.
Yeah, but you're saying what do the ballers do? So I could be
them ballers.
I could be a baller and be in a relationship. So what am I going out there to do?
The ballers, like I said, in a relationship, your perspective and your narratives all change. All right, because at the end of the day, if you're in a happy relationship and you're not looking to cheat, for example, you're going out there and you're saying to yourself, no, I'm out there, like Citra said, I'm out there with the man them, out there for 2-2 jokes, get a couple laugh, listen to some selection of music. Do you know what I mean? I might be out there just catching joke with a man them, saying, oh, this one's single. Look at my girl over there. Go on. Do you know what I mean? That's all you. Do you know what I mean? Like, just wingmanning if that's the case, or just giving man them a vote of confidence and saying, yeah, go on, do your thing, bro. Like, because you're not interested in that. That's not what you're out here for. So it changes, because I know from being in a relationship how I act, and from not being in a relationship how I act, I know how the two are different. The two reasons I go out are two different reasons, totally.
So you make the change.
He changes.
But in answer to your question, what I think the ballers do, they literally go there to ball. They want to give the impression. You think they're only there to only impress girl? They want to impress all the other man out there that they've got the one up on them, they've got the money, they've got the chains and the Rolex, and it's not just about gal.
I don't think they do want to impress the man, to be fair. Because
There's
There's
an
an element of
have a one up on
There's
the
an
man.
element
I've
of
seen
trying to
impress
show
them.
that they're,
status.
yeah, status.
That's what I think the ball.
So in answer to your question, because you asked the question about What are they going out for in terms of when they're single? Stealth Diamond said it's all about the vibes and fun. Everyone knows it's a red flag to meet man in a rave.
There's enough gal that's got man from rave. I don't know where
go.
that comes from.
Enough.
And Langstar MT1 says, to be fair, for me, back then, it was a mixture of both. Some occasions, girl was a bonus. So, like I was saying, it's the whole thing of the whole package. The question was asked, though, what is the biggest change you've gone through or that you have witnessed? Got to pick up from Rain, Tongo, and I'm going to jump in myself as well. So, Rain, what's the biggest one you've seen or witnessed?
I've seen or witnessed. Seen, like, man just changed, like just completely, like to the point where you ask a man, are you coming out here? It's like, no, I can't. And it's the word can't. What do you mean you can't? Oh, because of blah, blah, blah. No, but what do you want to do? Yeah, I want to come, but I can't. And it's a change, you know what I mean? And you got to think about when that individual goes home and they're with their partner does stuff that the man them can't do. So I understand that. But you can't change to the point that you are a different person.
Unrecognizable.
That I don't understand who you are. Like, I've known you for like 20 years, but what should come as telepathy that I know you're going to do, you're not going to do.
I mean, what the part I agree with is that I'm into football. All right, you're not going to turn and tell me I can't watch football. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. The relationship, obviously, I care about.
What if he's in love?
Huh?
What if he was in love?
Doesn't matter. What difference are you making here? I like football. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to turn and change that for me. So there's even earlier on when we said about friends, said, my partner doesn't like citrus. Okay, you don't like citrus. Like, that's you don't like it. He's my friend. I'm not telling you to like him. Yeah. All right, it's my friend. So I'm gonna go see my friend when I want to see my friend. There's no way you're gonna turn and tell me I can't see my friend no more.
But we've all had that though, innit? In a relationship where
your friends doesn't like citrus.
That your partner said, I don't like that person, or they do that. So whatever, and you're like, whatever. I don't even care. Have we all been there?
So here's the interesting question to that then. In that scenario that you're saying, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to go and check citrus. You know what, it's me or citrus. It's your partner.
You're not putting me in that
citrus.
position. That's when she'll lose.
1 second. Right. You're saying your partner can't put you in that position, but they do put you in that position. You can't just say, oh, you can't put you in that position.
But you wouldn't be my partner if you're putting me in that position.
So then you'll break up with her.
She's not my partner if she's putting me in that position. Because I wouldn't do that to her.
I understand that.
Can't go about what you would do.
Yes,
I would.
No.
But you can't.
Why?
You can't.
Because you can't judge people on your behaviours because they're themselves. They're going to do what they do.
No, that's exactly what you can do.
Thank you very much.
No, you're supposed to be able to.
No,
let me finish. You're supposed to be able to, but you can't expect the person to do what you would do in any given scenario.
So then, and at that point, you're telling me we're no longer in a relationship.
So my
Maybe
point.
so.
My point.
You can't expect someone to do what
Literally
you
what he just said.
So going back to my question then, so what you were then saying is that you would choose your friendship over the partner.
It's not so much choosing.
Wait, 1 second.
That's the question I'm asking.
It's not choosing your friendship or choosing your partner. It's choosing me.
Thank you.
So if you choose, 1 second, I'm going to finish. If you choose yourself, and you go with what's in your heart and you know your intention, I'm not here to hurt you, babe. I'm not here to hurt you, bro. I'm here to do what I think is right for me. I'm not here to disrespect either one of you. But today, my boy needs me, I'm going to go and check my boy. Or today, my missus needs me, I'm going to stay at home with my missus. And that's what I'm going to do. If my boy turns around and says, rah, so it's like that, yeah? All right, say no more. Then, rah, I got to look at you different and say, bro, I'm telling you what I'm doing because I'm making this decision. If she's the one saying, tell your brethren, you're not allowed to go out today. You're on the phone like, yeah, I'm going to come out about tomorrow week 2026. You know, like birthday. You just start making nonsense up. Then it's like you're not being true to yourself. And as soon as, and one thing that I've said, and I've been in this position, I'm not going to turn around and say I've got this clocked. There's a point where I didn't recognize myself.
Right.
Because the amount of changes or compromise or whatever you want to call it, I did. I then didn't recognize the guy in the mirror. Shout goes out to MJ. And I'm saying, this is madness.
Double entendre.
Exactly. I said, this is madness. And at that point, because I then got to a point where I'm like, I don't even recognize myself. And I flipped basically back to who I am. Now, my ex, my partner at the time, thought I was going nuts because all I was doing was making decisions based on what I wanted to do.
Right.
Where I spent so long trying to compromise or change to accommodate what she was feeling or how she felt or what the right perception was and all this and the other. One other point, the biggest change I've seen in one of my friends is he changed his religion for his partner.
But a lot of people,
the same thing.
No, a lot of people do that though. A lot of people do that.
A lot of
when
people do that.
meet someone who is Muslim or of the Jewish faith, they have to change. Well, not have to.
Well, no,
they change.
You see the change when you said that, and I was curious about that one. Is that how deep in the faith was he? Was he?
It doesn't matter.
No, no,
changed.
it does matter.
It don't matter.
It does-
I'm now Muslim.
No, because it depends.
I'm
Because
not a Buddha.
if I go to church every Sunday
Buddha
and I'm a
Did you say you are Buddha?
Buddha bless you.
You're Buddhist.
Don't.
Yeah? All right, okay, say no more.
so
Say no more.
reckless. If I say to you, I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm a full blown Christian. This is what I do. And then I meet up with my Muslim chick, and now all of a sudden now I'm saying, oh, now I'm gonna be Muslim.
God is great. Allah Akbar.
And I just change. I said I'm now at the temple. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? This is what I'm doing. Mosque, sorry. All right.
We just don't know nothing.
Good catch.
Go on.
I'm at the mosque, and I'm there doing my thing. Is that now? You're telling me you've seen that? That's what you're saying to me.
That's what I've
Yes.
seen. Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
wild.
And this
I
the,
ain't
the thing about it is, you
Love does
can't-
that to people.
I don't think love does. I wouldn't say that's love.
Love does that to people.
It has to be love, isn't it? It has to be love.
You have to be in a position where you're willing to listen to be in a position to be converted, if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that, as Tongo said, if you're in love, you could be more open to the type of conversation or silly things. You know, when you go to someone's house and they say, "Oh, this is a religious household, and in this household we are Muslim. So this is what we do before dinner. This is what we do. This is the rituals. This is the culture of the household." You can't come with your Christian ideologies and bring them into this space.
And say I'm backing a pork and put the bacon in the fridge.
For example, yeah, because this isn't what happens. So slowly but surely,
You can't do that.
there are certain changes that you make. You know,
Tongo, quickly, what would you say is the biggest change you've seen or witnessed?
Well, obviously, my one was going to be about Raving, but we've discussed that in such length now. Something that I've witnessed is my brethren gave up DJing, and he had bought equipment, bought tunes, was practicing, was doing sessions, was making mixes. Then met somebody, they didn't like the fact of him being out, thinking that his purpose was out for women rather than I go out for a booking, I'm getting paid and bringing money back into the household. They weren't recognising that,
So he gave it up.
and he gave it up.
Was it CDJs or turntables?
CDJs.
How long ago was this?
5 years ago.
Still with the girl.
is it me?
I was going to ask if he's still got the equipment car, I'll buy it. But, okay.
Oh, so vicious. No, but you know what the funniest thing is? When you mention that, right, DJs get probably one of the biggest stigmas out there, all right, when they're going out DJing and with girls and all the rest of it, right? And I can see why the girl may have been jealous, all right, and because of what it comes with, all right? And then after that, I can see why, unless he's going to do something to cater for her jealousies or her needs in that aspect, all right, then he's obviously, you're going to have that problem.
What
and
can
him-
he do?
He used to take her to the bookings. He used to take her with him.
Oh, really? That was going to say, I asked you the question because
was gonna
for
say.
me, that's the only thing he can do is take her. But he took her and she was still on a, stop doing it.
And she met him in that
Right.
scenario
then.
as well. Anyway,
Who said
so
that stealth something says something,
Yep.
red flag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think even giving it up, is he still with her?
no,
That's what I was about to say.
Ah,
that was
She's
going
with
to
another
Idiot thing that.
DJ. She's with another DJ. And she goes to the raise.
Idiot thing that.
Another DJ.
the biggest thing.
She's in the house room.
the biggest thing for me, and it was two things for me in general. Well, first thing was, as a growing up, I used to be swearing all the time. I got into,
You used to swear?
swearing
You?
all the
Lies.
time.
Wiley, you don't.
heavy
I don't think you've even
I
sworn
don't
on the
remember.
podcast.
I've known you for 30 years and I've never known you to swear.
Heavy
much.
swearing.
So when?
Every second word was a swear word. I got into a
Like a
relationship,
duck.
and that partner of mine did not swear at all. So it basically,
That's not like us though. That's citrus.
so I basically ended up changing my vocabulary And I don't think it's a bad thing because it makes you have to do things differently. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing that you're changing. The other thing that has been a change in my life, I think, has been in terms of my value of time. If you don't remember, we had a podcast years ago, and I said time isn't a big thing for me. Like it's not. I don't value time in that way. But I think over years, and probably primarily due to relationship, I've got a different value of time. Because it's not about how you value the time, it's how your partner values the time. And how that merges together is probably one of the most important things. So that's what I would say has been probably the biggest thing I would say I'd experienced through it. Going on to something you said earlier, Citrus, you was talking about recognizing a change. You recognize a change. Has anyone else gone through a change they've recognized? And I'm going to add a flip to it. If you recognize that in your friend that they're changing, how do you address that? So have you recognized a change? And if you've seen the change in somebody, how do you
recognize
that?
a change in a person or yourself?
A change in your, so do you recognize a change in yourself?
Okay.
Because Citrus said that he went through a change in himself in his relationship. He didn't recognize it until he caught himself. But then he was able to catch himself. Some people can't catch themselves. So if you don't catch yourself, you're probably reliant upon your friends to catch you.
But you're going off the notion that the change for a relationship is always bad.
I'm just, I'm not even saying it's bad or good. I'm saying a change. So it could be a good change in your eyes. Like for me, right, take Tongo's example of the DJ. That person thought, you know what, I don't need to. Tongo was looking at it like, no, that's your passion. For them, that may not have been their passion. That may have been something they enjoyed doing, but actually they were more invested in their relationship.
And that's exactly what it is. Like we've got friends that were out all the time, whether they were DJs or they were just out supporting, and now we don't see them because they're doing their family thing. We can't begrudge a man for doing that. Like things change. Like in the maturity of yourself, you have to understand that things change within people. What you view as fun or leisure time or whatever it may be is different. Some people are still in their 40s raving 24/7. Other people are happy to sit down with a rum and ting and play Call of Duty. That's fine. Like, what's the issue with that?
Mrs. might not like gaming.
I think coming back to the question, Wiley, could you repeat it?
So, have you, obviously Citrus said that he went through a change. Have you gone through a change in that regard? And on the flip side of it, as a friend of somebody, have you seen someone go through a change? Have you had to try and address it?
Buddy.
I can give you my example of a friend of mine that I saw. Friend of mine, it just seems to be DJing, you know. DJing, was heavily DJing, all of a sudden, like a light switch, no longer DJing. And then added on top of that, to add to Rain's point, change religion.
Raw, man.
So it was a whole 360 change, yeah? Whole 360 change. Now, my way of addressing that wasn't to say, what are you doing, whatever. It was to support them in the change because for me, if you're doing something like that, it's a life change. I can't begrudge you a life change if you feel that is what is going to help, not just your relationship, but help you because it's obviously a big change, but it stemmed from a relationship. So in that regard, that was what I did. I supported them. Sorry, buddy.
I've spoken to people that have changed and said to them that have changed. I mean, AKA the truth and all that. I just say how I feel, innit? Like if I feel it, I'll just say to myself, "Well, you've changed, innit?" And I'll express that point. It doesn't mean that it's ever been the point's ever been hammered home. That's what I would say. Like I don't think even telling people that if someone told me, "Oh, you've changed," and I say, "In what way?" And they said to me, "Oh, yeah, you're not hanging around with us no more. You're not going out raving, whatever else not." And I'd be like, "Okay, I don't want to anymore." It's that simple. I'm happy at home with my missus, for example. And if that's how I feel, you telling me that isn't going to now turn and make me, I've got to go raving next week because you've told me I've changed. So for me, I kind of looked at it and said to myself, not everybody's going to take on the things that you say to people because it will probably come out in a negative light. And you know what I mean? As we've all noted, probably in a previous podcast, we're all getting older and things do change in life.
In it, Uncle Bud.
I'm not go there. All right.
We are?
No, things change as you get older, innit? We mature, innit? And there are certain things and aspects in life that do just, it changes just naturally. Do you know what I mean? Do I go out raving every weekend anymore? No. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to either. Like, I don't want to, I just don't want to do it. Like, I want to go on odd time. There's times I want to go to certain raves, and there's times I just want to say I'm staying at home. There's times when I want to go out raving, and I'm happy to bring my missus along and say, oh yeah, come with me, babe. Let's go together. Rather than it just be, I'm out with the man them. If I'm out with the man them, we're out in the man them. We're doing whatever the man them are doing. Totally different thing. But that doesn't need to be every week anymore because I'm not on it. I don't want to. So things change as well. And I think we've got to be appreciative that we need to grow up sometimes and realize that life changes, and that's what we're doing.
Right then, Tongo, your hand has been up for a period of time.
I have seen several of my friends, probably including myself, change when they became parents. They mellowed down. They became like a more responsible person, more focused. I've seen the growth in them. It's been very positive, and as a friend supporting them, I've not had to literally say, "Oh, you've changed," but where I've been able to maybe give advice on parenting, or give advice, or even help with childcare, or do like a play date, or so that's one of the biggest changes I think I've seen in many of my friends.
Okay. Rayman. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's not like about journalism to me.
No.
Right at the beginning.
Biggest
No,
journalism
that's
I've
not
seen
like
Rain
journalism.
ever bring up. No, it is. You
Look at
don't
the-
remember what the question is.
We call that the rain reverse card.
So what it is, to just jump in here, I think there are changes, and if you don't change, you don't evolve. So if I was acting as 23-year-old Citrus was acting, then I haven't matured. I haven't learned anything through life. My experiences have played no part in my growth. So I understand now, if I've had a busy day and been out and about, 15,000 steps, blah, 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 close the rings on my phone for those that have an iPhone, well, go on,
Man's got a phone on his wrist though, still.
and doing whatever. With all of that, I then know, do I have the same energy that I had before? No, I don't. So I've had to adapt. There's things that I've had to do. And is that part of my relationship? No. But does my partner support my change? Yeah. So I expect my friends to do the same. Now, on the other side of that, there comes a point where, as I've got older, I've just got more lazy. So do I really want to go and do all of the madness that I was doing 15, 20 years ago? No, I don't.
Which ties in greatly to my next question, which is it change or is it growth? Because we keep talking about maturity, you're getting older, growing, but that's still a change. In a relationship, it's still a change. Whatever you may have liked going out. You may be in your 40s and feel like you're still in your 20s or 30s and like going out and doing all those various things. Is that change or is that growth?
So I'll give an example. So we spoke about us raving and doing raves and whatever. If a rave came up now and we said there's a rave on Saturday, are you available? We'd be like, oh, what time, where, who's driving? But so many boundaries and barriers. There's a brunch on Saturday. A brunch. All of a sudden, just psychologically, that's
Home at a
different.
decent time, innit?
That's different. I'm going to be home by 7, which means I'm going to get my 10 and a half hours sleep. I'm still going to be good. So to wake up the kids in the morning and I'm all right. Do you know what I mean?
Why can't your partner do that? Why can't your partner
She's coming to the brunch with me, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes there is that, and we're, I suppose, blessed enough to be part of the generation that, 10 years ago, there weren't brunches all the time.
Yeah.
Now there are brunches which fits into our lifestyle. Do you get what I mean? There are things
But
that
the brunch is always there, and we just didn't know about them because we were raving till.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think.
There are new craze
It's-
after COVID.
Yeah, the majority of all of these brunches that are coming up left, right, and centre, it wasn't.
The funny
as-
thing is, it was more marketed
There
different
was
as well.
a couple that were a bit more long standing, I think. think maybe Reggae Brunch was out before COVID happened,
But
but
since
majority
there was
weren't
nothing like that.
there.
Because they stopped a lot of city raves as well, innit?
Yeah, city raves were dead anyway.
They were definitely not dead.
City raves weren't dead.
Nah, bro.
Blood.
They were dead. Dead.
So Wiley,
Blood.
So the reason why I'm asking, and it's funny you mentioned about brunches, and you mentioned about it being more prominent. Is it more on the radar now because we have changed in growth in our relationships that we don't go out at night like we used to? So we're still craving what we had.
that engagement,
But
that entertainment.
engagement of going out,
Yeah, of course.
partying, doing whatever. But obviously, in your relationship now, having changed, I don't want to use the word growth, changed. You're now no longer in the situation where you can say, you know what, I'm going out now. Yeah, I'll catch you in the morning. It's not the same world now. You're in a relationship, committed relationship. You're not going to be going out now. For you to fulfill that that buzz need you have, you're doing it in the daytime where you're not infringing so much on your relationship, but you're also fulfilling what you want.
Do you know what we just said a little while ago without even saying it? And it feels like everyone's scared to say it, so I'll say it. All right? Is I am actually comfortable at being at home. I don't necessarily want to go raving. I don't necessarily, and I'm not saying necessarily everyone in the room, but I don't necessarily want to see you, man, on that particular occasion. I'd rather just sit in with my missus, slap on the football, and get food. I don't really, or go out with
So
her.
what you've just said is you've changed.
But-
Sometimes you say things, right? You dig yourself a hole and you just dive
No,
in,
no,
bruv.
no.
You don't even look to see what
No.
I'm
I
going.
did a whole swimming
No.
pool.
You
No
literally
water.
just said, you just said that I don't want to do it no more. Do you know why? Because you changed. Because 15 years ago, if I said to you, there's a big rave coming on.
15.
A little rave.
50.
Blood, but a big rave.
Yeah.
Change that number, reduce that number a lot.
It's buddy, innit? It's
I'll
buddy.
give you- I'll
4
give-
years ago. But do you know
Change it
what?
to maybe
One second.
At the end, but at the end of the day, no one's saying they don't want to go raving ever again. They're just saying the appeal has changed.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm happy with that. But you just said, I'm going to sit at home with my missus and watch football. She don't support Liverpool. You're sitting at home with an opposition watching. I don't understand it. Whereas I could turn around and say, yo, it's Liverpool versus Arsenal. Look, I'm on one side of the sofa, you're on the other side of the sofa. Let's get 2 pizza, get a bottle of rum, see what I got. Do you know what I mean? So that still can happen. Does it happen? Not as much. Do you know what I mean? When's the last time you watched a football match of Ring?
We never.
Ever. Tongo.
Songa don't really watch football, bro.
Yes, he does.
No,
you
come
don't
on,
watch
bro,
football with.
shut up.
You don't watch
Shut
football
up.
with Tongo.
Shut up,
So-
man.
Wiley supports the same team.
I'm
as you.
going to quickly.
No.
I'm gonna
Wiley's
quickly-
always working, bro.
Matty.
I'm going to quickly interject with one thing, yeah?
go on, then.
So, DJ Longers has clarified something, give us a bit of information here.
Shout
He
goes
says-
out to Longers anyway,
Yes,
still.
indeed.
Big up,
Bars.
brothers.
Yes.
You just dropped a bar.
You know, he said, no, brunches weren't there 10 years ago. Day events were known as all-dayers.
Ah, yeah. So they were
So-
there
But they were
then.
different though.
So,
Same thing.
Same thing.
No,
They didn't
No,
have
it's
food.
not.
No, the brunch was the food thing because that's how you got around the law in regards to COVID because you had the food and it wasn't a rave or just a music party. Okay, cool. All dayers.
Yes.
Yeah, all dayers. Oh
So
my
when
days.
what I was saying before,
yes, what you're saying. Sorry,
what I was
you're
saying, what I was saying before was it's growth. So you're saying change. I'm not saying that, but I'm changing because I want. Am I changing? The original question is, am I changing for my partner? No, I'm changing because I don't want to do it no more. Not necessarily because she's saying stay indoors and watch football indoors and stay indoors on your own. I'm changing because I want to change. That's a big difference. Do you know what I mean? I'm changing because times have changed. I don't want to go outside in the cold. I don't want to do it no more. So that's my choice, not because of her. And then likewise, and just to make you unfrown, all right?
I'm frowning her.
Go on.
If obviously I
frown
became
upside down.
single, then like I said to you before, I go out, when I used to rave, or rave constantly, because I still rave now, all right? If I rave constantly, I'm out there saying, I'm looking gal.
I'm
I wanna
sorry.
go
You
look
can't go
gal.
out
I'm
now and
sorry.
rave constantly.
I don't agree
I don't
with
want
that.
to.
I do not
You can't.
believe a word of what you just said.
I'm not looking gal.
I know he's not telling AKA
But here's the,
The
thing,
truth.
though.
Right.
But here's the thing, though.
because
I know he's telling absolute porkies and he doesn't eat pork.
So I go out for the music.
But here's my question.
One
though.
second, Wiley.
Go
Let
on, go
them
on,
finish this
go on.
beef. I go out for the music.
No, it's not beef.
You got the music when?
I said I go out for the music.
Okay, that's all well and good.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
So what are you saying I used to go out for?
I don't know. I used to
So
go out
what
'cause
am I
you
selling
come-
porkies
you used to
for?
go out 'cause you used to get it free with me.
All right,
That's what you used to
so
go out.
what am I telling porkies about?
Like,
You're telling porkies about the fact that you don't want to. yeah, and it's not because of your missus. And the reason why I say it's porkies because if you broke up tomorrow, on Saturday you're going raving. In fact, you might even go raving tomorrow.
So what did I just say? You're not just proving my point.
Yeah.
So it's
it's
not
not
because you don't
point.
want. It's not because you don't want. Your partner has influenced that change in you.
No,
you have changed because
you're not
of your
making
partner.
sense. I said I go out raving because when I'm single, I go out raving looking gal. If I'm not now looking gal because I'm in a relationship, then there's no need for me to constantly be going raving every week.
But I never said that you was going raving tomorrow to go looking for gal.
But you just
You would go raving tomorrow if you broke up because you want some excitement, because you want to feel good about yourself, like which you have said on this podcast before.
If you go back to it, I also say-
which is the point.
A lie?
Which is the point I was trying to get to. So the point I'm getting at is that in being in a relationship, is it because you're in a relationship that you're now not needing that buzz of going out? You've got something else that will fulfill the time that is now making you feel filled. You're now in a relationship with somebody. You now got something else that is taking your time. You don't need to go out.
no, I'm working.
necessarily.
I don't think we should be harping on about raving
That's what I'm trying to because
because if you look at the scale of people that go raving, generally,
I'm talking about going out. Forget about rave. Take the raving.
do you get it? I don't think.
Talking more
I don't think it's
aspect
fair.
Of
I think
going out
when you talk about
doing whatever,
change,
socializing.
if you talk about change, like change in a person, there are things and situations where you could feel or get manipulated by your partner if you wanted to do something. And you are now not doing it or doing it because if you don't, the ramifications of the back of it isn't worth the aggravation.
Example.
Let me think of a good one.
He's got loads.
I've got loads. I got a good one. Let's go on holiday. To where? I want to go to Mozambique
Mad thing.
because I want to see the hooded monkey that jumps from tree to tree. We're going to stay in a hut. I ain't going to no holiday. I ain't staying in no hut. I don't want to see no damn monkeys. Well, I'm going. So do you want to rethink that? The next minute, you got rain online. Like, so what do I need to wear? What kind of mosquito jabs do I need? What monkeys? All of a sudden, now, what did they eat? Do you get what I mean?
When's the best time to get them on the camera?
So what are you saying? Because she says she's going by herself, we change because of the thought of
our stance changes.
I'll give you I'll one up you on that. You may say I'm a person that likes to go on summer holidays.
I say I don't like cold holidays.
She wants to go skiing.
Tell me let's go somewhere and I'm going to leave England cold and go somewhere and be equally or more than
as
cold. You know the equation? Equal or more than cold.
Is that not ignorance though?
I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
she wants to do it.
Have you ever done
She's
it?
turned around and booked. No, she's turned around and booked
Yes.
it. Where?
Go on.
Name it.
Go on.
Switzerland.
Go on. She's turned around.
Was Switzerland cold or did I go in the summer?
The time it would
To time it. Talk facts, bruv. You're the truth. Was Switzerland cold or did I go in the summer?
I don't know. I went there.
Well, then don't chat shit. So coming back to the point that you made, when you're being asked to do something that's not in your comfort zone, but you change to do that because of your relationship, this is an active change. I've made the change. The example he used was just incorrect. But what I'm saying is, I know that, and that is fact. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's fact. And there are points where it depends. I'm going to come to you, Tonga. There are points where, especially as I've been older, is what do you want out of the relationship you're in? So what changes are you willing to make to get the outcome that you're looking for? And are you willing to make those changes, or are you going to stand up on business and do whatever you think is the right thing to do because you want to be true to yourself? However, you could be jeopardizing that same or said relationship.
Tongo.
I think it needs to be said that changing for your partner doesn't mean that your partner pioneered the changes as in she manipulated you or he manipulated you.
Pause.
Or
Go on.
there are women out there, bro. There's no need to pause.
You talk to Buddy and the man.
What I mean by that is because you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So because of the partner, you may change things about yourself. It's not because she said, "Oh, I don't like this, do this," or "I like this, so do this." It's not necessarily that is where the change has come from.
It doesn't have to be the change doesn't necessarily come from
negative,
a negative space. Do you know what I mean?
Negative.
Like we don't always have to be combative. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It can come from a position of love. Do you know what I mean? Your partner could turn around and say, "Do you know what? I don't like the trainers you're wearing. Wear these."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is truth.
Yep. So
I don't like them. Wear these. The jacket you got on, I don't like that. Wear this. Do you know what? Do your hair this way because I prefer it. Dye your grey citrus because blah blah. That's what I prefer. Do you know what I mean? Be a barlid because that's what I like.
Grow your hair.
Grow your hair, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. Do you know what I mean? I like.
But where does it end though? When you start to.
But Rain, talk to yourself about your missus and think of a change she has put onto yourself that you may not be willing to accept.
But hold on a second.
Wash the dishes up straight after dinner.
One second.
So wait, 1 second. Go on.
I just said it.
That's what she says.
Yes.
And this was not on your thing.
No, because when I used to live by myself,
Rags, the pile can pile up. So I don't give a shit.
on Fridays.
I got 10 plates. There are 10 days worth of food, and then I wash up on it.
I've got bowls. I've got little bowls. I've got big bowls. You know what I mean?
I'll put cereal in a mug. Just Rags.
Why are you using the mug? The bowls ain't washed yet, dick. It's not Friday.
Rags.
Start using glasses after that. Minor. But no, on a serious note, it's stuff like that. But again, when you're in a relationship, you do make some changes, and it might be like I make a joke of it, but it might be washing up the dishes straight after dinner. It might be I don't know.
I got one. Going to church on Sunday morning.
Bomba.
I'm religious, but I don't do the religious.
Here's a
thing.
very simple
However,
one. Take your shoes off when you go in the yard.
Everyone should do that.
yeah,
But enough people don't do
I don't know about
Who? What?
a lot of people don't do that.
Enough people don't do that.
No,
Why don't they?
Some people just do not do that.
So okay, I'm gonna. So you can.
He just takes off his shoes in here, so he's got nothing.
I don't know wearing shoes.
I
at the
can't
best of
understand.
times.
I can't understand. We're digressing a bit. Why somebody would walk like the street, the pavement? There's people that
Rain,
spit,
Rain,
dog shit.
it doesn't matter.
How would
It doesn't
why
matter.
would you walk in your
It doesn't
house?
matter. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. Do you know what the wickedest thing is? Do you know the one that I can't take?
Just
and this
cause-
is
just cause me
a
a stress.
super side story. Do you know people that wear their coats and then sit on their own bed?
Coat.
You know, like your-
C-O-A-T.
Man have had a hernia, bruv.
Hurting, bruv.
An aneurysm.
No,
Really hurt, bruv.
You got your coat
It's alright,
and
bruv.
then you
It's
go
alright,
in your
bruv. It's alright,
house
bruv. It's alright, bruv. It's alright,
and you
bruv. Sit
sit
down, bruv.
on
It's
your
okay, bruv.
bed
It's okay, bro.
with
What
your
do you mean?
coat on, the outdoor coat.
I understand.
That's
I don't understand.
It's still got the rain dew. Rain dew, bro, on your back, and you sit on your own bed.
Man's chest.
Talk about I had a hard day today. You're outside something on, and you're
I take
on,
my coat off to go into my car.
but you're on your door. You're in your yard on the carpet with the crepe on, thinking
A million people have spat on the floor, and you've walked that into your yard.
Into the yard.
Dogs, cats, rats, pigeons have done their defecated. I think that's the word.
Yes.
And you're walking that into your house, and you think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right.
So-
all right.
Sorry, right, sorry.
Let's bring it
Yeah,
back.
let's bring it
Bringing
back.
it back, there's a whole lot in the chat.
One second.
I've got one more thing to bring up very quickly. Buddy, you're jumping in.
All I wanted to say is, how many changes have you asked or wanted your partner to make? So just
That's
good
hold on,
question.
pause on that because that is my question, but I'm gonna come to that. So in terms of the chat, there's been a lot in the chat. A lot has been said in the chat.
go on then.
So Bun Highly Blessed Joseph has said growth and evolution.
That goes out to Bun.
Hamper winner, Rutte Speng.
Growth and evolution equals change. It's simple, but it's happened in your own. It's happened in your own organic authenticity. You don't necessarily change or evolve for people. NH says the bottom line is we all change. That is a quintessential. That is quintessential for growth. There is nothing wrong with going out. Go out with your partner. Invest in a relationship. Go on trips with each other. There is nothing going on out there. Going onto the Instagram. That was on the YouTube. On the Instagram, there've been quite a lot's been said on there. I'll try and talk about the ones that are fairly relevant. Sir Venom says, "Gal me a look if I'm single." There's a lot of dots in between.
Know yourself, Venom. Know yourself.
He said you found what you were looking for, so no need to be raving anymore. Stealth Diamond says, if somebody's house is nasty, I'm not taking my shoes off.
What?
And Langstar MT1 says, no, you man are not well, you know. See man using flour sieve to eat oats.
See man do what?
Using flour sieve to eat oats. You don't want to wash up. So, because we're coming right to the end, right to the end, and to touch into what Buddy said, quite concisely, have you changed a partner?
100%.
This
Because
is the clip that's going to come up. Are you going to say it again?
I am a narcissist.
Oh.
I am.
This is proud of it, though.
No. There are certain aspects of me that I'm like, ee. When I went through the narcissistic, I was like, right, this is me. However, I use my power for good.
Yeah, I think.
And I think you all are.
I think we have.
Well,
not we.
And you, buddy.
Have you changed your partner?
Have you changed your partner?
Yes, because you would.
Not narcissist.
You don't meet anybody and they're perfect. So there's an element of there's things that you would want them to do or say or act or cook, for example. I think we had this example back in the day about Saturday soup. If you're in a certain household and you don't know what Saturday soup is, it's fine. You don't have to know. But when you've told me you don't know, I will tell you. So next Saturday we are trying to make Saturday soup. So you have to make yes, I have changed a partner.
I have. I mean, but I would always say to myself, in a positive light, I hope. Do you know what I mean? And only 4 positive things, all for good, in it, the greater good. And
Would you ever say, sorry to cut you, but would you ever recognize it though as being in a negative light though? You wouldn't really.
there are negative parts to it. You can make someone less sociable, and that's for me is a negative, because I don't believe that if the reverse was to happen to me and she would say, oh yeah, stop being sociable with your friends, like, why are you trying to make me less sociable with my friends? I wouldn't do that to somebody else, because I feel, and I've seen guys do it to girls, I've seen girls do it to guys.
That's mad.
Do you know what I mean? Where they've turned and said to themselves, they don't want them to be socializing with their friends. Why not? Do you know what I mean?
No,
That's
because they want.
That's a bit too narcissistic.
That's not. I think that's different. I think that's
Is
not
it?
narcissism.
That sounds crazy.
Is it?
However, it's a very thank you, very good point.
Controlling. We're pink only. I think that's
Like one of our friends, you can only drive a white car.
Here's the thing.
Whatever car you want, you can get as long as it's white.
Who said that?
Bad gal. Is that a gal that did that, or the man that did that?
The man did that.
Here's the thing though.
To the woman.
To the point of Buddy's point though.
And when they went raving, they only both had to wear the same color.
On the point of what Buddy said though about the social aspect of it, is it narcissistic if their value is of family and spending time at home with family? So they're not sociable themselves. They value family higher. They're now saying, yeah, but you don't need to go. I don't go out. Why are you going out, sort of thing? Not necessarily saying you're not going to.
I don't have friends. I don't have friends. Why do you?
You're my friend.
Yeah.
You don't need no other friends.
That's the extreme of it.
Close
But
the door.
using it.
You don't even need lipstick no more. Wipe her face.
What are you wearing bras for?
Using it as a less
days.
extreme though, the value is on family. I don't see a reason why you don't need to be like, we spend time with each other. That's what I know. So is that not enough for you, sort of thing? That's the flip side. Not as a negative.
I get it. I get it. So the change that I would share, that I know was a non-negotiable for me, were things like I like cooking, so we will cook together. It's not something that she may or may not have been used to. This is something that I want to do. So if you don't know how to make Saturday soup, I'm going to start peeling the carrots. Do you know what I mean? This is how you make a dumpling. Do you know what I mean? And I know it sounds mad and whatever else, but there are people who need that to say, you know what, I've never known how to do that. Like my friend, bless her, she is mixed race and she's had a baby with like her dude, black guy. Her child has afro hair. She has straight hair. She didn't know how to plait. So she had to be taught how to plait. I sat down with her child, showing her how to fling a cane roll in the youth's head.
But a man couldn't show her how to.
He didn't know how to do it.
Go on,
I don't know how to plait.
Can you plait?
Of course I can.
I don't know how to play.
I'd say he's
I mean, Wiley, we could tell.
Jokes aside,
Unless Wiley's locks it up his bed.
Cane roll. But
jokes aside though,
yeah.
jokes aside though,
Not gonna be an
remember,
elitist.
who taught you?
One second. James.
Conversations.
One
jokes
conversation.
aside, and I think you actually touched onto it. If it's not culturally a thing for you to be plaiting boys' hair, then where are you gonna
Where you going to learn to do
from?
it? Fair enough.
Which was my next point. Who taught you?
Internet, but my mum.
Your mum taught you.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you said?
My mum taught me, and then I
Who
took-
said?
Yeah.
My little brother.
So you just sat there and used to plait your little brother said.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can you plait?
no, I can plait.
How did you learn?
Ramping. I don't know. Just worked
What,
out.
you say a random child.
I got sisters. I got sisters, and I used to
Just trying knots in you's head. Bruv, that looks all right, you know.
Man went to the place and
I'm not going to sit there and say I can plait good because I can't plait.
But he just took, I'll say, over, under, round the mill, pull the rabbit's ears out.
But when I say that, I'm being sick. Like my sisters are there getting their hair done, and I'll just watch, and I'm like, oh, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I mean, so when you're going to say, can I plait? Not. I wouldn't plait my.
I was raised in a household with 4 women.
That-
I had no choice
But to know.
but to learn how to plait.
There was only one woman in my house,
Plait your
my
hair?
mum. So plaiting hair. was
Yeah,
a thing.
unless you're plaiting your mum's hair,
Yeah, plaiting
she's
hair
doing her
wasn't
own hair, innit?
Yeah, it weren't a
Fair
thing,
enough,
so-
fair enough.
So this is what I'm saying to the point you was making. When we're saying about the woman in that situation and plaiting, I can understand why. But we're very, very, very close to the end. Did anyone have any more situations of them changing somebody?
Of them changing somebody.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nope.
We ain't narcissists like that. I think we're all good.
Well, this has been a really punchy one, you know, really good podcast this week. Don't forget to catch us on YouTube, the eMpTy Podcast. Follow the TikTok, the eMpTy Podcast, at the eMpTy Podcast. Follow the Instagram, at the eMpTy Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're moving. Catch the clips on YouTube. There's some hilarious moments on YouTube. Trust me, some hilarious moments. But this has been the eMpTy Podcast. And if the glass ain't half full,
It's empty.
Hey.
Yeah.